when Pharaoh and his army arrived at the riverbank. And as they arrived there, Pharaoh saw that their paths made within the river and water walls are formed in between them. When Pharaoh, he saw this, as he was very arrogant, he was very cruel person. As he saw this, he was quite amazed seeing this. But he said to his army that the river has dried up out of my honor, so that I catch my slaves who have fled, who have escaped. Otherwise, if Bani Israel had drowned, then where would I get slaves from? So still look at his arrogance, that this is what he said to his army. And he said that the river has drowned out of his honor. Now, as Pharaoh, he planned to go inside the river, Haman, who was his minister, Haman, that he was the first one to prostrate to Pharaoh when Pharaoh ordered everyone to prostrate him. He was very close to Pharaoh. Now Haman, he said to Pharaoh that do not step inside the river. If you do so, then your claim of being God will be exposed. He suggested that gather loads of ships and cross the river using them. Now Pharaoh, he stopped his horse right over there. He listened to Haman. But dear viewers of Madani Channel, the will of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala was something else. In the meanwhile, what happened was that Sayyiduna Jibreel alayhi salatu wasalam, he appeared in front of Pharaoh in the form of a human riding on a mare, on a female horse. And Sayyiduna Jibreel alayhi salatu wasalam led his female horse inside the river. Now, sensing the female horse, the horse of Pharaoh followed her, because horse of Pharaoh was a male horse. Now Pharaoh, he tried his utmost to stop his horse from going inside the river, but the horse, he did not stop. It went inside the river, inside the dry path. Now, seeing Pharaoh go inside the river, his people also followed him. When the entire army of Pharaoh went inside the river, then the command of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala came to the water, and the water, it joined together. The water, now the walls that were formed in between the paths, in between those tracks, that water joined together, meaning that the waves of water that had formed into walls around the dry paths, they were ordered to join together by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Hence, the water of the river came together, and Pharaoh and his entire army was drowned inside the river. This incident, my dear Islamic brothers and the viewers of Madani Channel, took place on Friday, 10th Muharramul Haram, at the time of afternoon. And Hazrat Sayyiduna Musa Kalimullah ala nabiyyina wa alayhi salatu wasalam fasted out of showing gratitude to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, to express his joy and happiness to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for having deliverance and salvation from the cruelties and oppressions of Pharaoh.
We love Madani Channel. We love Madani Channel. We love Madani Channel.